And welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial, we'll continue exploring Plant Factory. I'm using producer versions. This will work on other versions as well. And right now we're going to create the cactus type of the plant, and I'll show some more advanced tip for you how you can customize and helpfully use it in your own plants creation. Right here we have our main segment, and I want change link for this, so we'll put it 6, and I want put it variation 2. So this is randomness. It can create anywhere from 4 to 8 on the height, and this is helpful when you work inside the view as a plant, so it can create different randomness. As well, inside the root we have a seed, which is also responsible to generating the random seed code for this. Okay, let's go back to our segment. And what I want to do is modify it, create kind of shape for this plant, and we'll do this with the section tool. So let's go open right here. I did not select any sides, so right now I want to apply just points, and I'm going to select the points on the sides, and it just make a little bit easier for me if I go in kind of around, add points on the middle. And let's just add more points right here between them. Okay, so next, when we're done with these points, I want to take these points and move a little bit inside. Notice, because I don't select any, it's applied to all of them. So not just to one section. Okay, we'll go select this way. Let's pull them to the middle. Again, you can create a lot of different shapes this way, and we'll look also how we can create shapes for maybe different fruits for ours. So right here, create one shape. Let's click OK. You can see it's hard to preview right here. The reason is why, because our preview resolution is low. So normal, let me pop up maybe a couple times, and you can see right here we can preview a little bit better. And sometimes you want drop maybe polygon previews based on your model, but for this I will just keep it at the resolution. Next, I want kind of add round right here to the top, so we'll go to radius right here when we inherit. Let's modify filter, and in the filter this is our top, so we'll go add 1 point, take another one, and bring a little bit down. Right here you can see we're going a little bit on the bottom. Okay, just adjust slightly around, and let's do this on another end as well. This will go a little bit on the top, except on the top we kind of want to maybe add a little bit more down, kind of going with roundish effect. Let's add 1 more point and switch this to the round. You notice we have it huge curves. It's kind of interesting because you can create a total interesting unique look, but right now I just want set this a little bit to the flatter area. Kind of readjusting, make it a little bit more round like a cactus look. A bit far this way. This is look a little bit kind of more interesting. Okay, let's click OK. This is one segment, and so this will be our main one. Next, I want to start creating from these segments going inside. So I'll highlight this, copy, Control C, and we'll just select and Control V paste. You notice we have it second connected. We'll need disconnect, and we'll go to use this segment, which is similar, create as a new child. Right here you can notice we have it pop up 4 of them. So the one thing what I want first to do with this segment, it is modify a little bit on our settings. We have an inherent radio of 50, it's make smaller. Let's bring them just slightly bigger, maybe to about 60, so they become a little bit thicker. Next we'll come back to some other settings, but for now we'll go to inside the segment. We'll click on control for our child segment tab. Okay, and we're going to modify a couple settings here. One, you notice it's a 4, but I want to actually create maybe some randomness, so we add 2. It can be anywhere from 6 to 2 of this. Okay, next let's go look. We'll leave it as by default. Right here I want effect the plan, so this is how it influence top segment. So example, let's look on a bending, and you notice the plants start bending to keep it properly gravity, because we have it more on this side. If we're going and change coil a little bit, you notice the bending is changed as well to apply with this gravity. So for this I'm just going to 0.2, just apply slightly bending, kind of natural look. As well, let's go set coil to 137 and maybe about 5 degrees randomness to this. Okay. As well, we want to take this to the 0. So this is what we have it so far. Okay, sometimes I don't like they have it on top, so we'll take it and cut and a little bit from the top. Right here, we have kind of distribution. We also can go and cut a little bit from the bottom, bring them, maybe not. Okay, next I want to rework on the, look them more as a cactus, maybe go straight. Today we'll go to our segment, we'll go to segment properties. Right here we have it 6 and 2, so we can leave it them right now at this link. Maybe, you know what, let's make even more, make 3 random, so it will be even more random will be on this side. Right here, sure, we'll just leave it as before. Tropism, this one, it's where we start kind of working, and we can go to 1 putting down, but we also can go in a negative, and that's what I want to do, minus 35. Watch how now it's going, so it's look more as a cactus in this case, kind of very interesting effect applied. Okay, we left all the settings as default, and one thing I want blending with a parent. Let's enable the work a little bit, so it's right here. You can see on the bottom when it start blending, kind of working. And I want have there, but I want actually going quite a bit lower, so we kind of have little blending but not too much, mostly to cover kind of a texturing effect right here, those areas. Okay, so this is our kind of portion of this. Let's go again. Now I select again, copy this, Control C, and we'll do Control V again one more time. Okay, let's go to select this node and connect again to our child from here. There you go. Okay, you'll notice right now it's recreating our plan and create quite a bit, a lot of amount of those. So let's a little bit rework. So first, right here we'll go to set 3 and 2, so we'll have it kind of shorter type. Next, I also want to make quite a bit less of the nodes in this case, because right now we have it 4 or 6. So maybe let's go back to our original segment. We'll go to children segment right here, and let's set this to 3, so we reduce by 1, and it will make a little bit lighter work in this case. And the same when we're going to another segment at this point. Let's take a little time. Again, the reason is why sometimes take long, because I have it segments and I have it higher resolution, and resolution is what affecting. So we can of course drop the resolution right now down till we work on all shapes. So I'm selecting this segment. We'll go down here and we'll set maybe 2 and 1. So in this case, I have it anywhere from 2 or 1 of these plants. Okay, we can leave it same, except let's add bending a little bit more this way. Okay, we'll set as default. Again, at this point, we want to put it 0. And this we'll put it 135 and maybe 7 degrees. So kind of modifying a little bit randomness to this point. Okay, I do not like how they look very thin, so we'll go change this in a second. It's when we go to our third level segment. We can maybe pop up a little bit more on this. Okay, let's modify actually. You know what? Let's make 2 and 1 on a link. So we'll make lower, and we'll take this and pop up to 90. This will look a little bit better. Okay, you can see it's have an interesting effect already. We'll just leave it blending with parent. You know, let's uncheck for these ones. Okay, we're done, and right now we have our plant rough shape done. And next, to make it more interesting, I want to create the flowers, maybe attached to the plant. And you can see it's not very hard, it's kind of fast. You can do this when again, we don't, if you want to look on the better quality, we can increase the resolution. We'll see it's take longer, but again, now we can see with shapes, so it's look a little bit better. Okay, let me decrease again. Okay, let's work on a flower for this. And for the flower, I want to actually create a simple red flower. We'll go click geometry. We'll use it Hydra as a beginning. Okay, and next let's connect Hydra to new child. Okay, in our segment right here we need modify on our Hydra from 4. Actually, I want to put it maybe 1, random 1. Okay, we'll leave it this as default, the population. And next we need to add some petals to this. So let's do, okay, come closer. And for now I want just hide these segments. So all what we have is our main in Hydra. Let me pop up a little bit up resolution so we can preview. We'll go select and create segment. Will be one of the leaf petals, and I do recommend for you to check tutorials about how we can create different petals and different leaves by using different type of components, and a segment was one of them. So we'll go collect to the Hydra. Right here we have it, effect applied. So the one thing I want to switch this to the 0. So we'll go straight. Okay, and start from the surface. So it will pull up. Okay, now let's go in Hydra, and we'll have it on a radius. Let's set to 0. Let's bring all together. Next, this angle we'll go to set maybe 45 right now, and we can actually maybe even pop up more to 55 degrees. Okay, as well, you know what, maybe 12 too much. Let's go down to 8, and let's bring scale down. Okay, we'll see if we need to bring more, but for now, so we can preview, I think this is okay scale. So now we go back in a segments, and a segment at this point, I want to actually use it blades. You see right now, you already can see how the blades applied kind of nicely. Okay, we can take link for the segments and bring down. Just maybe around like this size, we'll see. Radius, this is kind of interesting because what I want to do, I want to have it a little bit thicker on the bottom, but not right here on the pedals, almost none. So we'll select radius 28 and we'll work with the overall. So you can see we set few points and we take these points and bring them all the way down. So it's meaning our radio in a filter almost won't exist at this point at all. And just slightly going to the end and jump up a little bit in the thickness right here on the end. So right here you can see where they're increasing, but I don't like this end, so we'll with our start we can push a little bit away opening. Okay, we'll do this one maybe, you know, and let's take in here radio, bring a little bit down, maybe a little bit more. Okay, and rework now on the shape of the width. So this is width of all pedals kind of going, and this is top right here, and this is bottom. So on the bottom we'll just add additional point and kind of bring down right here. Okay, and let's take on the top. And we'll start bringing top. Okay, and let's make it a bit roundy. Okay, and next let's modify width, make it a little bit thinner. So you can see we have a nice flower start come up. We can bring width even more down. And also to bend a little bit inside the flowers, because right now it's flat, we'll work on a section profile. We'll just go this end and bring slightly down. You see now we have a nice bending going right here in our flower. Okay. So this is how we create very fast primitive flower for this. Of course, for that segment, I want maybe going and make it shorter, and we'll go inside the hydro right here to the scale and bring scale even down. So right here, teeny tiny flowers, and that will want them populate all over other places. Okay, let's do this way. Let's before actually we apply, I want to work a little bit on segment and materials, because when we copy for this one we can apply and it will spread all over from our parent, so we can apply to one, but I don't want this applied to our segments. And before I copy, I want to apply some material, so we'll open main body. Notice we need modify on the blades, on the cups, and on the main stem. So it's what we're going to do first. Stem, go right here, map it picture, and I pre-made just very simple, and you'll see in a second. So okay, and here's some collection of my stuff. So right here you can see it's very simple. I just took it and spread. So we'll click OK, and notice it's populated through all included blades. We'll go now in effect, and let's make it a little bit more on diffuse and ambient light up. We'll go click OK, and we can enable as parametric. Okay, so we modify these colors. The one thing kind of notice right here, it says inherit from the parent. So it's meaning if I modify color on my segment, these colors will change as well. Let me go check and modify them to default color, so they all will be now have it one color. It's kind of helpful. Okay, we're done on this. Next, what I want to do it is, let's re-enable. Okay, we'll take it down slightly, and we'll go to uncheck our segments so we can preview them. Okay, and now I want to take these flowers that we created, copy again, Control C, we'll paste right here, reconnect it. Oops. Okay, to the child, and again, because we connected to segment right here, we need it modified. So we want to start on the surface and set 1 1. You can have it more flower, but I think this 1 1 will work very good. Okay, let's paste again new one. Okay, I will delete that. Reconnect, because we can just go and modify, drag them. Okay, let's just right here. This is our segment, and we'll send 1 1. Okay, right here I forgot we need to set this from just to 0 and from axis to the surface. Okay, if you think they will be too much on the surface, we can decrease them a little bit so they will be smaller as well. I don't know, the size look, we can make even these flowers a little bit even smaller, of course, by going and switch maybe to 0.4. Okay, let's go to this header as well. 0.4. Okay, and on this one as well, modifying, so 0.04. Okay, next what I want to do, it is last colors for the cactus. And what I did, I got in Photoshop and I created simple texture from the cactus, so it's kind of will overlay. Again, you can modify. The one thing what I noticed right here, see the black spots, we kind of want to have it more even, because this will give it us a little bit distortion, but for test that should work just fine. Okay, and I'm going to use for the main one, we'll go to materials, we'll open material editor, colors, map it pictures, and we'll go to select a different image right now. Okay, right here we'll just go cactus. I did create also bump map, and I do use it sometimes normals or bump map, but for this resolution bump map doesn't work very well, so I don't use it. Okay, we can see it's applied, and notice how its parent is going through. So if we did not make those blades, remember colors, will have a lot of problems right now. We also set as object parametric right here. Okay, as well we can click and distribute as object parametric in this case. So let's bring closer. Okay, next what I want to do is increase the resolution. Just pop up for our plant, and I understand this right now because we have a lot of polygons on this. It will take a little bit longer to render, but I want to preview them. Okay, we're done here. Let's go to the render properties. We'll set final render to screen, and I also want to go to atmosphere and set to global radiosity for this one. Okay, and pop up just slightly settings. Let's click OK. I'm going to render right now, and we'll come back when render complete. Okay, so right here our render complete. It was quite a bit fast, but you can preview. We have an interesting plant, and again, it's what took about 20 minutes to create this plant. You can see how fast you can create it, and let's give it a basic shape for this kind of cactus. You can create it and you can put it in your sceneries, or based on this you can add something more, but hopefully it's provided with some more advanced functions inside the plant factory, so help you to create plants. So here is finished render, and you can see it's take quite a bit fast to render the preview for this, and that is look kind of nice. The one last step what I want to do here, it is let's decrease a little bit resolution. For the next step, I want to actually use the wind, and if we enable, you can see how the everything move, which is not necessarily apply correct for the palm, for the cactus. to fix this, I want to go inside the root. Okay, and right here in the wind, we'll switch to combine wind. Okay, after switch to combine wind, let's go back to segment. And under influence, right here, we have now forces enabled. So I want to take my wind down for this one and reduce flexibility. Okay, I'm going to do same things for other segments, and depend the reasons why I'm doing separately them from do at once, because depend on what segments you're doing. Sometimes you want less or more flexibility applied to them specifically. So we'll go with this one now, and on the top one actually I want add a little bit more flexibility to them. Okay, we're done this way. Let's go back to the root, and to preview we want back switch to the simple wind. Let's click on preview, and you notice how much is different now. In a wind they move slightly, but not as much as before, because I add this effect. And this is kind of will pass if you save this model for the view and next one. So it's kind of nice to know and readjust also how it will affect with the forces. Again, if you look closer on the plants, right here you can notice it's a little bit more affecting on the flowers, so which is make very nice. And again, we can pop up resolution a bit higher, which is take with the wind enable a little bit time to re-render our preview. Okay, but right here we can see how they move and petals look a little bit nicer. Okay, I think this as model is ready, so you can go ahead and export. It will have all this random generation, and it's total new species. You can use it inside the view for your desert view. Thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio, and please remember visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.